Welcome to Warn Radio. With your hosts, the Watchman Dana Smith and Tower. Thanks for listening.
Greetings in the name of the Lord and welcome to Warn Radio. This is Tower. I'm here with the Watchman and we are glad you joined us. Please send all your prayer requests and correspondence to us through our contact page at warn-usa.com. And you can listen to our Warn Radio episodes on danaglennsmith.com and warn-usa.com. Warn Radio is on the following platforms: Amazon Prime Music and Podcast, Spreaker, Blueberry, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Music, Blog Talk Radio, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Google Podcast, Deezer, Spotify, Anchor, and Pocket Cast. And do not miss the featured posts this week of our in-depth biblical articles and radio shows, featured on both warn-usa.com and danaglennsmith.com. The Counsel of God, Call Upon Me, and the Sapien Prophecy, featured on danaglennsmith.com. Ecclesiastics, Mirror Reflecting Man's Choices. America, Sins of Your Sister Sodom. America's Second and Final Civil War. End of Days, Shadow of Judgment, featured on warn-usa.com. Life of God, Signs of the End, Microchip, Persecuted Faith. America's Faithful, Wise Political Servants. Isaiah's Vision and Commission, Prophetic Book, Part 7 on Battle Lines. Global Advocacy, Christian Gospel, Classic Warn Radio. And don't miss the weekly shows of the WIBR Warn Radio. From September 25th, Lively Hope, Sapien Prophecies, Indonesia, Pakistan, Floods, Revivals, Slavery, Trafficking, Global Censorship, Persecuted Church. And September 27th, Sound the Shofar, Discipleship, Occupy Till I Come, Sanctified, Part 8. And be sure to get your copy of The Rising. It's a Christian fiction thriller by the Watchman Dana G. Smith, a story of personal survival, the struggle of a nation, and the love of two people set amidst the prophetic landscape of perilous times. Hidden within the storyline of The Rising is the truth of what's happening in America now. Check out The Rising. When he who opposes rises, believers overcome by faith. And you can get your copy of The Rising on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Ingram, Walmart, Angus & Robertson. And the ebook can be found on Google Play. You can also get your copy of The Rising by going to danaglennsmith.com, by visiting our resource shop, where we feature The Rising and other Christian books, as well as resources from our Vision Media. And now I welcome in the Watchman.
You're listening to Warn Radio on the WIBR Warn Radio Network. Don't forget to visit our websites at warn-usa.com and danaglennsmith.com. Greetings. Welcome to a cold, chilly autumn day in October. We still got leaves on the trees. The grass is still green. We're still in fall. But we're in the frosty season. So she's chilly out there. It can get pretty chilly this time of year, even below freezing. Our summer is gone. Sad to say. Some news that came out, we'll get to that in a moment. You're listening to Sound the Shofar with the Watchman Dana Smith. This week, Discipleship, Occupy Till I Come, Crown of Righteousness. This is part 9. Our Friday shows are a little different. We have an upfront segment where we cover news and chit-chat about important things. And we'll get into our study later. But this greets us just as we remember Klaus Schwab wanting everybody to eat bugs. And then come to find out his bug protein is already in a number of items. They don't tell you what they are, and there's another name for them. They don't call them bugs. But they're specially processed, and they're put in various things, mixes of flours and stuff. The only problem we have is in looking up the medicinal thing concerning bugs. These bugs are actually poisonous to human beings, certain portions. And of course, then you've got the various parts of the bugs that can be harmful. And if Klaus Schwab wants a world full of bug-eating people, that's fine. Just leave me out. Klaus Schwab being a German, George Soros being a German, both of them go back to the time of Hitler. So now something put a bug up their butt about creating a world order that's like a Nazi concentration camp, only worse. Of course, what they don't understand is that the dark one will come along and take whatever man is doing and make it 100 times worse. And along with this, of course, and I live in an agricultural area. Both of my grandparents, one was a cattle rancher in California, and the other one was a farmer here. And he raised holly beets, beets for holly sugar, and did a lot of other things. Had corn, all kinds of stuff. And to have people that are going to be running the New World Order tell you that they're going to destroy all your cattle because of carbon, and they're going to destroy all your trees and bury them because of carbon. Remember when they wanted to save all the rainforests because carbon was needed, what they produced, they cleaned the air and they helped the viability of our systems? Well, apparently no more. The people that run this have help from billionaires like, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and of course you have the billionaire techies and there's a ton of them today. Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates are the old ones. Somewhat so. But so on Epoch Times, if you don't have a subscription to the Epoch Times, you should get one. One of their lead stories was they're closing down dozens of meat processing plants expected to shut down. Why? Well, they've got new EPA rules. So now the meat processing plants are shutting down. And this is just another strike. You remember some time ago when we started having fires, in various plants and processing places? Out of nowhere, you had all these fires. Huge plants that processed food and various other things were destroyed. Nobody ever found out the reason or who was doing it, but they just mysteriously get fires. Yeah, in your dreams. This thing has been planned for a long time. We were talking about a lot of various things, including this, back in 2000. My book warning that America was going to be destroyed came out in 2005. But I've been warning about America along with Tower for better than 50 years now. And we've gradually seen America just fall apart and get to the place where we have today, where we have billions of illegals. We have people stealing stuff, cars, and everything you can think of. The big cities are like huge concentration camps. You remember the old movies they used to have where they made New York? And Kurt Russell was in that one as one of the tough ones. And they just made the entirety of New York a prison camp. That's where they put them all. And, we're not too far away. Because we have leaders. And then, of course, you've got the UN, who is one of the culprits in getting all the migrants, these illegals, relocated. See, they have a special office for migrant relocation. And our government, not telling you, has been following the migrant relocation program from the beginning. And they're not going to stop until they fill America up with the illegals and until they've destroyed everything in here and hopefully destroyed the patriots, Christians, and anybody else that might want the old America back, because we were free. We were only free, though, in our minds because we didn't stand up like we should have. The churches didn't stand up. Instead, they got rich. The preachers got rich. I can name them for you, but I'm not going to. But see, money hasn't stopped America from turning into a hellhole for many. America's become a damnable place. America's become a place with absolute corruption, where generations